Hey guys, welcome to Fairy Blood Tarot. Let's do a collective reading. How are you guys are doing? Um, let's do a collective reading and thank you for all the support and all of you who are commenting, supporting the channel by subscribing. I really appreciate it, you guys. I just want to say thank you. So let's go. Whatever comes in the flow, I accept that. I flow like water. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll start with this deck now. Let's get some messages. What does your spirit wants you to know at this time? What are some messages coming from the source, coming from universe? Persistent drive. I really like this card, and it's the second time it comes up. I did other readings and this card came up in a private reading, I think. So this is about persistence. And you guys, when we enter 2023, I have written down some keywords, kind of like to keep my focus on for 2023. I think you can hear me. If I can find that, I just want to show you. Hold on. Yeah, here. So I have written down, like here, consistency, persistence, value. What I'm wishing to see from myself in world, consistent, but myself, consistency, persistence, value. So seeing persistent drive with the number 11, it's a master number. I think a lot of indigo energy, they just need to persist on their dreams, persist on your heart's desire. When you persist, when you are not hot-headed, but show the universe consistently again and again, I'm here, my voice is heard, I'm willing to take a risk, or I'm willing to see the finish line, I'll be there, I'll be on it. When you say those things and universe sees that certainty in you, you believing yourself, you having that drive, then it's gonna mirror back quality of life back to you. And drive, it's like the fire energy. Maybe you are entering a phase where you have a lot of fire energy to create something new and really be persistent. So in this card it's saying see what you desire and move toward that goal. It is time it is time to zero in on your purpose, like laser sharp focus, bit 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 boop 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 ghost detected, boop boop boop. Zero in, zero in, 100, like giving your 100, being persistent. For instance, like the channel is new, but one of my videos starting with God, it got like almost more than 400 views, so it was a viral moment, it was a spike. Considering the other videos are like 30-40 views, it was a spike. Thank you, YouTube. But I mentioned that because actually in that video I usually shoot my videos like at night, because I don't have time to do it in the day. I have other stuff going on, you guys, and I'm a night owl anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But in that video, which became successful, relatively or respectively, in that video I was really tired. It was at the end of the week and I was so tired. I was like, I don't want to do it, like I don't have the energy to do it. When I was feeling very low in energy, I said to myself, Meriç, my name is Meriç, like you have to be persistent. And then there was like a force coming in and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna show persistence to the universe while not getting any claps, not many views, not many appreciation. Like externally, I don't see it yet, right? Because the channel is new, but I still did that. And that video actually was very successful. So I showed some persistent drive. Since because of my back injury, I had to stop for a couple days, but I do have it. Like, I do have it. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for optimal outcome. So you have to listen to your instincts. Be like a cat or be like a wolf. And you are discovering what makes you lively, what makes you cheerful, what makes you full of life. I really love this card with the number 40. Rediscover your zeal. For me, zeal, if I'm not mistaken, is it's like a life force. It's like prana, chi energy or ki energy. What makes you turn on? What makes you turn on in life? And not sexually. What makes you turn on? What makes you what like brings colors back into your life, back into your life. Pay attention to the passion you're feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship, whatever passion you have. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. So you just need to like follow your inspiration at this time. Rediscover what turns you on. Rediscover what turns you on. And you're also shedding the old, like a snake, renewing and shedding what's old. What's old. There's a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see these new prospects. Yeah, you know, to see like new opportunities, you need to have new eyes, a new perspective. Offering. You also need to offer something valuable to the universe, right? I think the most valuable thing you can offer is your own energy, your voice, your inner beauty, your feelings. Like what makes you you is so valuable that even offering yourself to the universe really is a magical way. But I'm also feeling you need to make an offering, put something down to the table of God and say like, okay, like I wanna follow my passion, but maybe in order to do that, I need to cut down on alcohol, for instance, or drugs. So I may need to make an offering from myself, almost like to extend myself and give up on certain stuff, give up on maybe some toxic attachments, toxic relationships, some relationships even. Like when you walk with God, God will remove people out of your life. So you'll make a lot of sacrifices, a lot of offering. There may also be an offering on the table, and someone may offer you a bridge to somewhere new. So there may be an offer on the table. Universe is saying, or God is saying, your prayers are heard, or you need to pray more. You need to pray more. You are carrying an original thing. You're carrying a very authentic and sacred energy with the vessel card. And this is about like moving beyond your previous expectations and not really setting any limits to yourself. Fault line. So there are cracks. The old paradigm is shattering in a way. New paradigm is emerging, and you will be one of those who are carried to the 5D with the vessel card. We can think of like the vessel as a carriage or a travel too. You're gonna be carried by a UFO from the underworld to the upper world, you know, upper world, Valhalla.
Hang on while I get connected to Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I guess like the Wi-Fi is off, so Google went off. Orphan. Some of you guys may have been feeling like an orphan in your entire life. This may mean actual loss of, you know, mother figure, father figure, raising yourself without one, or losing them at a certain age. But it doesn't have to be, even like metaphorically. You may have uh, you may have had a lot of trauma from your family or your close friends. People leaving you alone when you are at your lowest, when you actually need the help the most, you know, where you felt like an outsider or an orphan who just wanted love, who just wanted appreciation, you know, appreciation, trust, love, where you lacked those things, but you lacked those because you were surrounded by people who are stuck in 3D or stuck in underworld, meaning Hades, like hell, you know, who are living in their own hell. I think their reality is cracking up. So they are actually gonna lose their fortress. That's why, or you're gonna see a lot of chaos in your surroundings, in your country, you know, in your everyday life. People who are doing like dirty works behind your back, or in general, like in their life, um, you will have to sacrifice them. And if you are waiting for justice from people like that, you just need to leave it to God. Like, leave it to God, and let God do um, what's necessary. So that's maybe why you need to pray about it. Even if there's an unresolved issue, for instance, you're waiting for some inheritance, you deserve it, it's your birthright, but they don't give you, for instance. So you just need to pray more. But this is a journey from underworld to the temple of God. Temple of God. And in order to do that, you need to release venom in your life. Release what takes away from your purity, purity of soul. Nowadays, guys, I do mantras. I actually got education about mantras and kukai, which is like Reiki. It's from the Japanese Shingon school of thought, kukai. I know some energy healing too. I started those in 2022, and it really healed me, you know. Why I'm saying that? Like, mantras are really powerful. Yesterday I started Hare Krishna. I know like almost over 40 mantras, but I don't have time to practice all of them because you need to enter into like 21-day regimen, for instance, or 11 days, 7 days. Sometimes it's 72 days. So you need to put a lot of discipline. That's what I call spiritual discipline. But if you're disciplined in doing spiritual work, you're gonna get like results. You're gonna get results. And one of the results may be you getting a vision. You getting a vision of the ocean that you are. And what's planted deep down in the ocean, you're gonna discover that soon. And in that small seed, almost like a diamond, think of it like a diamond, deep under the sea, in like the deepest point at the ocean. You'll find that seed, and when you enter that seed, with your 5D energy, think of it like a dreamscape. But when you enter that seed, you're gonna see a whole forest. You're gonna see like a whole macro universe in a sense, or a micro universe. You're gonna see a forest, and in that forest, there is a tent waiting for you to start a new adventure. Tent, something that looks temporary, but the whole forest is gonna be your home soon. Weird, but that's what I'm hearing. So you start with a tent. For instance, when you follow your passion, maybe you are lacking materially, but you still follow your instinct, follow God, for instance. And you start with nothing, like only a tent. I'm reminded of, if you guys played Animal Crossing, when you start Animal Crossing, you only have a tent, and then you build a home. You build the whole village. You make a lot of connections, right? So it may be a temporary start, but if you're grateful, it's gonna turn into a whole forest with full of life. Yeah. Let's get some cards from Flowers of the Night Oracle. This is one of my latest discoveries, you guys, and I really recommend this deck, Flowers of the Night. So it's all about, flowers that pop up, that show themselves during night. It's an interesting deck with the art style, art technique, I think that's used. It's black, but it's very colorful. So let's get some cards. Devotion, like what are you devoted to? I think devotion is very powerful, and tigers, they are devoted to their hunt. They have a persistent drive. It doesn't have to be a tiger, maybe it's a cheetah, but I'm getting tiger here. Royal lily. It's almost like having devotion to your ancestors, or who you really are. Maybe you think you are just another lily on the universe, but you are a royal lily. So it's like discovering your royal bloodline, devotion. Or you may come from a bloodline of devotees, like spiritual healers, leaders, or devotees of a certain belief. You may wanna research Theosophical Society. There's Henry Olcott there in Theosophical Society, and Madame Blavatsky. You may wanna research that. If your heart says yes, research it. A Theosophical Society, they have a quotation, they have a saying, and it was, no religion is greater than truth. So truth is above it all. No religion is, greater or higher than the truth. So devotion and creation. So you need to show persistence, right? But you need to be an active creator, devoted creator, or your devotion needs to be on creation. What are you creating? Because you are a creator. I'm almost gonna say creatrix. I'm getting like but you're a badass creator. Everyone here is creator, and if you tap into that, even if that's like creating something handmade, even creating food, making magic, like at home, stuff like that. But you need to be a creator, not only consumer. And in the age of consumerism, everything is really fast paced, and we forgot the joy of creating. So in your day-to-day life, like, ask yourself, what am I creating, or what have I created today? What have I created today? It's really interesting. It's about flowers. So this is royal lily, you guys, and creation card is night blooming day lily. Night blooming day lily. So both of them are lily. So you may wanna research about lily or plant a lily at your house. Maybe it will have a message with you for you. Maybe you may talk to lily, right? I'm not really good at botanics and gardening, you guys, but you may wanna try it. Emotions restore. You're restoring your original emotions. Like emotions, and they get nasty. I mean, like, sometimes we have emotions, but it's not ours. It's maybe your father's, maybe your lover's. You almost like a sponge, you know, absorb a lot of emotions of other people, other timelines, right? And you need to restore what was your original emotion, the crystallized emotion of your essence. You wanna discover that. Emotions. Evening stuck and rain lily. That's so weird, right? 4 cards I got from this deck. 3 of them mention lily. Mention lily. This one is also lily. It's rain lily. Rain lily, night blooming day lily, and royal lily. Yeah, this is lily too. It's very interesting. Restoring. You're actually restoring hope in your life. Restoring hope. Restoring pure emotions. Yeah. And intention. Intention. Let's get some cards. Oh, this is also one of my favorite early decks. Like one of the first decks I got when I started this journey. Dennis Lynn, I love her. I really love her decks. I wish she comes up with a new one because I'm checking it, but no new decks. Colette Perrin Reed is coming up with a new deck in March. Hopefully I'll get that. I have like 70, 80 decks, something like that. It's more than enough, but it's an obsession, you guys. It never ends. um, Passion and pleasure. Wow. I mean, we started the reading with persistent drive, and it really talked about like passion. What's your passionate about? What makes you turn on, right? But you need to have fun while you're doing that anyway. So passion links to pleasure. When you're passionate, you also have pleasure from out of it. But sometimes there are, I think, dry passions. So you're passionate about it, but it's dry, meaning you don't get a lot of pleasure out of it. So choose the one where you have the most pleasure and savor your life. Don't forget to celebrate from time to time. Life is temporary. We're here for a small glimpse of time, and we will, yeah, like, it's a small glimpse of life. And when you're camping, for instance, and there is a bonfire happening, and you are dancing with other people. If you ever experience that, especially like during night time, you know that that's when where you really feel like you're living, and then you're looking up the sky and a Tesla like a Tesla train is going. That's actually what happened to me. Yeah. But when you connect with fire, the primordial, instinctual fire, cosmic fire energy, you know, you remember your light. So for me, fire element is really important because uh, fire is the basis of light. So light originates from fire. That's how I see it. Or vice versa, maybe. I need to think. But you're ascending the mountain one step at a time, and it's never ending. Like, yeah, you need to be persistent. You need to keep going forward and never look back, and keep ascending the mountain. Leave the underworld, because when you're on top of the mountain, you left the underworld on its own. Now you're closer to God, for instance. But from time to time, just set up a camp with your friends and enjoy life. Because for forward progression, you need rest too. You know, you need some checkpoints in a sense. So uh, you kept going, but if you have no rest, if you don't have any checkpoints, you're gonna collapse from hunger, collapse from fatigue or something like that. So you need to devise a plan to reach your goals where you have checkpoints. So when I have this checkpoint, I'm gonna celebrate my life. When I have this checkpoint, I'm gonna throw a party about it, for instance, stuff like that. So it's not always moving forward. Do not think linearly. It's all circular. Circle. Soon, I feel like your devotion to God, your devotion to your way, your path, will be rewarded by Archangel Michael with rainbow blessings. So, blessings are gonna shower. But your, I mean, your beliefs are tested. Maybe you have been put on a test by God, even when there is no living beings beside you, no friends, no supporters, nobody. You're in a desert. No one is there to comfort you. There is no water. Maybe there is no emotion. You have dried up, but still you have persisted and trusted that there is a divine plan. And when you found no shelter, when you felt the most orphaned, and almost surrounded by snakes, enemies, people who are burdening on top of burdening and on top of burdening, you realized you're alone, but you need to embrace that. And if you believe in God, or if you make God as your best friend, you eventually get to here. And if one road is blocked, maybe it's blocked for a reason. It's not your road. At that point, you may reflect and redirect your energy. And all these experiences actually show you there is no shelter outside. The shelter is within, so answers are within. Okay. Let's get a couple more cards and end this video, you guys. Okay. A girl who is wearing pink hat, pink t-shirt, very girly girl. It's, creating some bubbles. It's linked to childhood, right? Wow, okay. It's saying bubble power. Bubble pop. Bubble power. My wishes float easily out into the world. My wishes, you can comment down below. My wishes float easily out into the world. Just like this bubble power. So you have a bubble power and a bubble stick. Use it. The way you use like this thing it's very easygoing. That's why it's fun. You put some effort, which is like, but then a lot of bubbles form and they all have an organic movement. So you follow them, but you don't know where all of them are going. At that point, you're not controlling and you see a flow happening. Very original flow, right? It's very easygoing with no force. It's not much of a force when you know breathe some air into it. It's not much of a force, but what you create is very unique and moves into all types of directions and multiplies with just one small push, with just one small effort. So realizing that your wishes can easily be fulfilled. It doesn't have to be the hardest way ever. Yeah. And I think you are a magician or a wizard, something like that. Again a small girl, small girl figure with a broomstick and a wizard's hat. It's saying flying broom, flying broom. I can let go of my mistakes. I can let go of my mistakes. I think over time, when we become like adults, we become so harsh on ourselves and we don't forgive our mistakes that easily. When we make mistakes, we forget we have an eternal child within, and making mistakes is actually, the way to progress. So you shouldn't be afraid about it, and you shouldn't also make your mistakes like your life story. They were just mistakes, and you need to put them in the past. There is also bake magic cookies. It's saying I can give good things to myself and others. I can nourish my universe. I can nourish my universe. Maybe one more card and I'm leaving. One more card, you guys. Okay. The card I get is dog. Maybe you may consider like adopting a dog, or puppies are very lively. It's very fiery energy. They live in the moment. They're also like childlike, right? But it's saying protection from a powerful friend. Maybe that's the blessing. That may be the blessing, like protection from a powerful friend. It doesn't have to be the friends that you already have. This may be a new friend, but they're gonna be loyal because dogs are loyal. They are there for you at every turn, right? For instance, when you feel sad and depressed, they come to comfort you, etc. So there is a new powerful friend I'm hearing is entering your life, but it's gonna be an alpha male. It doesn't have to be a male, but it's gonna be like a alpha energy to protect you. because you had no protection in your road for quite some time. Maybe you left you made a walk alone, like no real supporters. Maybe you prayed about this actually. I have nobody in my life now, no one I can trust, no one I vibe with. But this actually happens when you ascend, right? In the ascension period, people who choose to stay in the 3D and the underworld, they fall away. They fall away from your life. You no longer resonate. You no longer like. They don't ascend with you, so they go. They go. You part ways. But then again, you may have prayed like, God, I feel your presence. I know that you are always here with me, but and I feel your protection. I feel your protection. But I also want to feel protected by humans or by certain special humans, right? For instance, in the Matrix, people get married and have children. Why? Because they want to feel safe. They feel insecure usually, and in order to feel safe, they do those things. And God knows if there's gonna be the standard marriage institution in the future. God knows about. I mean, I don't think there will be actually. If you have read MS2 2000 and I mean 2150, there is a book like that. You can have a glimpse. Anyways, guys, I hope like I'm getting this message out properly. But like if you have prayed for protection from an alpha male or an alpha person, for instance, if you are a woman, you may have a male figure in your life or like an alpha male energy to protect you, and it's no like shame, there is no shame about it. For some of you it's asking for a husband, for instance, or a life partner to protect you, something like that. It doesn't have, we don't have to romanticize it. Like I said, maybe it's a friend, you know. Why do people form these alliances like in the family units, in the church, you know, in social organizations? Why do they do that? You know, because on themselves, like by themselves, they feel powerless. But in the ascension period, you learned how to feel powerful on your own with God's support. But that's a very nice way of progression in your life. There's a this like a very nice outline, very strong base to build upon, right? With God. But maybe after that you have asked for physical human touch or like a supporter in the like human form, who you would vibe with, who you would trust, etc. If you resonate and understood my message, I feel like that's what's coming to your life. If you walk that way, you know, like in the desert passage situation, losing everyone in your life, feel like feeling very orphaned. It was a temporary situation. It was a tent situation. But like we said, you you were a deep diver, and you knew that it was temporary. Like you're not gonna be alone all the time. You're not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be like that all the time. One day or another, you're gonna have a celebration, and you're gonna be surrounded by forest. You're gonna enter a magical forest where you could breathe again. Yeah, it's all like it's like a not a catharsis moment, but a detox I'm hearing, or a metox, you know. But when you're done with the rehab or the detox, you're gonna have a new life. Anyways, you guys, that's it from Fairy Blood today. I'm not doing any personal readings at this time. If you want to reach me, in the description down below, you can find my email and use that. You're more than welcome to join the channel. Comment down below something, whatever you wish, and like the video, you guys. All the good stuff. I'm gonna be seeing you in the next one. Namaste.